Hi, Divine Feminines. I hope you're doing well. I honestly wasn't going to do a reading. And then they're like, do a reading. So here we are. The last reading I did was so intense for me that, I don't know, I have had like a few very big shifts around the masculine. So let's see what we get here. Scarab beetle. Magic works through you. Groundhog, that makes sense. Grasshopper, take a leap of faith. So that's one of the Fool cards, and then Know Your Worth. I feel like this is Divine Feminine. I feel like Divine Feminine's like so knowing her worth right now that she's like, what was I thinking exactly? And I don't know. So we have 52303154. Let's see what we get here. Integration, multidimensional healing, spiritual awakening, shift or be shifted. I know I said it for the feminine, but look, the shifts that you have gone through or are going through right now are going to, wow, look at that. That is crazy. 1111, I am enough, let go of expectations. I feel like that's exactly what the feminine is doing. So the minute they said, do a reading, my voice like clamped down. Okay. So we have integration, multidimensional healing, 6-6. They have 2-2, spiritual awakening, shift or be shifted. And then 4-4, twin flame facilitator, expansive growth. So one or both of you may have somebody coming into your life or within your life right now. Ace of Swords, 7 of Wands reversed. That's going to kind of pull you out of your inner facing direction. Queen of Swords and King of Cups, interesting. Make you kind of, with Queen of Swords reversed, King of Cups, 3 of Cups. Ugh. There's like a sticky energy here. Wheel of Fortune reversed. You may have, because I immediately heard unlucky, you may have been feeling unlucky. I don't feel like that's for everyone. 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, Judgment, Queen of Wands. The Judgment on this card has Saturn. Even though it's a Scorpio ruled card. We have the Queen of Wands. The Sun reversed. Do you see Wheel of Fortune with the Sun reversed? The Moon reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, King of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and 9 of Cups. The Tower on the bottom of the deck. So a lot of Scorpio energy with the 10 of Wands, Page of Cups, and the High Priestess and Justice in reverse. You know, I think you've had in your mind a kind of plan, the way your life will go, things will go, this will go, whatever it is. And in a lot of ways, like the universe, oh, that's interesting. What is it? Oh, look, 10 of Swords was stuck in there. Hidden in these cards. In a lot of ways, it's like things, it took a turn for you and him. It's like worse and better. I don't know how to say that. 9 of Cups, 4 of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. So we're missing the 4 of Cups. I don't know. I feel like somehow you think if people would have been, if him or people would have been able to talk about their feelings, this would have been much different. There would have been a much different life right now. I don't know why I'm getting this. Look at, for some of you, I have gotten this like twice before. World in reverse. You may think things are over, but I'm not sure that they are in this situation that we're asking about. Some of you, it may have to do with your father's side of the family or with the father. Some of you, it may have to do with, I think, a husband or an ex-husband or a boss or someone that has some kind of control over your life. This is an unusual reading where it's almost like there was like a clamp put on emotions, or like I don't know how else to describe this. I'm kind of seeing this like snake here as a hose, and it's like I'm almost hearing like somebody say to you or about the situation, like, if you guys could just get in a room and talk about your feelings, things would be much different. The thing is that there's a lot of speculation here. There's a lot of guessing games. There isn't a lot of clarity, right? I mean, we have the sun and the moon reversed on your internal. You may feel in your life like you had to repeat some very difficult cycles with your mother and your father, or both sides of the family, or how you learned about men and women, or feminine and masculine. Like, there's a lot here about how emotions shape things. And I feel like in a lot of ways, it's like a master's or a PhD in like understanding how you can, like, they're driving me back to this word integration, integrate emotional beingness into your body in a way that's like nobody can really actually take your magic from you. You just willingly give it. And I know, again, I'm always very aware when I say things like that they're telling me to say that when you've been through abuse, because I have, and when you've been through really difficult situations, it doesn't feel like you had any choice in the matter. And so, like, this morning they were already talking to me about having trust in the universe, and like, what's it gonna take for you to trust that every single little tiny thing is working out for your benefit, for your highest good? Like, what is it going to take for you to have faith and trust in spirit like that? And I see that here. It's like you have to let go of control. And in a lot of ways, the masculine mirrors this energy very dramatically to you a lot of the time. Okay. You know, those cards don't tell me that much, but what I feel like is it's like all the running, all the positioning, all the blocking, all of the mental, like, gymnastics, all of this stuff, the boundaries, you know, it's, okay. It's all in an attempt to control. Oh, God. I hate it when the lessons are, like, so personal. Okay. The sun has its third eye open. Okay, the sun is a masculine energy. All around it are like the phases of the moon. It's in reverse. It's on the tower. So again, we have the sun and the moon reversed in all of its phases, right? Oh. And what they want me to say is that you have to take some of the heaviness and the seriousness and the weight and the darkness out of this. Why, Spirit? Is it not the lessons that we learn? There's something here about control, and it's like you've been drawn to take chances. That's about as much chance energy as you can get right there, right? Fire element, desire, grand trine, blessings. And I did speak about desire kind of being a low energy in one of my videos on Instagram, but here's the thing. I want to delineate between like desire coming from you wanting to have validation because you feel like something in you is lacking, and validation that comes from, and desire that comes from, I truly want to experience this expansion of myself, right? And they're drawing me back to like, the sun in reverse is really not following that impulse of expanding yourself. And with the masculine, I feel like he has also done this, but it's in a very dark way. It's in a very out of the light way. I don't know how else to say that. Look at all of the blue and the purple. That's crazy. So there's a part of you, right, that's gone through what we would call like a revolution, which yes, it does mean like a full turn, you know. It may be your birthday is coming up, you've gone through a birthday, or you made a promise to yourself at your birthday and that's not been completed or not been attempted. And there's this balancing act here. I don't think I turned these around because every one of these came up in, look, this is crazy. Every one of these came up upright. So on the bottom we have solar eclipse, revolution 4-4, Yod, destiny 4-8, Jupiter, abundance 7, and Mercury, mind 3. So 3 and 7 have really been kind of important numbers lately. But in this reading I see a lot of 4s, a lot of desiring of this stability. Now, I want to talk about, oh, we have 1221. Interesting. Okay. You're like feeling unstable in your way, in your world, in your mind, in your heart, in your body, in your soul. It can be traced back to the beginning. Like, it's kind of what they're telling me with this 1221. I don't know why, but it's like that is like, and then I see the mother card, right? Like stability isn't, and I did see the butterfly again, but I feel like I've just talked about transformation so much that it's kind of redundant. It's like, you may be holding on to things from the mother wound, from the mother, that cause you to feel very, look at it, it came out again with the Fool card and the heart chakra. Look at it. Oh God, a lot of energy there, sorry. you may feel like, on this card, the female ancestors, illumination, expansion, emotion, full moon, stillness, silence, pause, pure potential, portal. Then we have intuition, insight, instinct, perception, spiritual sight. It's like, I know you can feel that there's stuff going on with the masculine. And yet, it's like you're trying to control. I don't know where this is going. I'm going to follow it, but take it with a grain of salt here. Because I get nervous when I say things like this. It's like, why don't you trust your impulses that flow through you? But also, do you know where they're coming from? Because I feel like there's a pause here, a big pause between you. And you're doubting a lot about their true intentions, their true thoughts. And I feel that, like, I talked a lot about doubt in one of my recent readings. And it's coming up again here of like, what is the purpose of doubt in your relationship? What is the purpose of doubt with yourself? Is the purpose of doubt to keep you stable, to second guess who you are, to have a easy way out if you fail at what you're trying to do? Sorry, that was pretty harsh. But you're never going to know, I don't know why they're bringing this up. You're never going to know the difference between gold and fool's gold unless you have an experience with both. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Like, how could someone know the difference between night and day if they hadn't experienced both? How could you know the difference between, you know, eating an apple and eating a steak unless you ate both? It's not the same thing, but I'm trying to get you to understand that experiencing a failure is not it's not necessarily the opposite of winning. And I know that sounds really weird, but I feel like he's trying to go through in his mind. There's a control about how can he win, and that's being reflected because of you. And if this applies to you, you'll understand what I mean. This isn't a game of winning. Like, the 3D matrix will have you believe that the 3D matrix is a game of winning. And they want to point out to you that the twin flame journey is not of the 3D matrix. And we've gone through this a lot in the beginning, especially where, you know, I tell you that it isn't subject to like the same relationship rules that you are used to operating in. And they're kind of wanting to bring that around. I haven't talked about that in a really long time. It's that dealing with like this sacred mystery, soulmate, unconditional love, heart-centered, divinely provided, is, they're saying here, overcoming limits and reaching goals. A cleansing, a peacefulness, a purifying, a rebirth, where you are more in your inner wisdom, your spiritual depth, your untapped ideas, inspiration from within, and divinely ordained. And they're really underlining inspiration from within. The more that you trust yourself, the more inspired you are from within, the more it's like they don't have a real word to replace winning, but it's like the more you live just inside both passion and growth and total stability at the same time. And I feel like a lot of us, I know me, have been like, I'll have moments where I'm really can move forward very quickly and do a lot, and then it's like a long-ish period of rest and recuperation and processing and healing and thoughts, and like I have to go inward. And they really want to point out that that flux will begin to dissipate as you kind of balance the 4 elements. They're kind of drawing my attention to this. It's like the 4 elements with the 2 polarities of masculine and feminine, and that you will like live in the center of that, the 4 directions. Obviously that's what we use when we open shamanic work, and witchcraft uses it. A lot of different traditions use the 4 directions, as we always want to acknowledge. So they're bringing it back to the 4 again. We always want to acknowledge we are these polarities, right? I don't even know them that well. So, you know, we are air, thought, we are water, emotion, we are earth, stability, and we are desire, fire, right? And trying to kind of move our avatar like a video game character on a piece of paper, right? Like writing out your goals, or, you know, in 5 years I will do this, and da 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 da. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like trying to take the matrix and put it into yourself, instead of trying to take yourself and put it into the matrix. And that you are falsely believing that some kind of control over this plan will, no, plan's the wrong word, they're saying, scratch, over the unfolding of your essence into this world. It's a false, like they're saying you're kind of, please take this with a grain of salt, this is a hard word for me to say, but it's like you're kind of worshiping this false god, where a lot of things have led you to believe, and they're saying this will come back around to the masculine here in a second, that led you to believe that if you don't get into too much trouble, quote unquote, you'll be okay. And that's just like living in the darkness, right? Which is what the masculine has been doing for a very long time. And so there's a thing about the masculine wanting to quote unquote win, and him having to come to reckoning with that, and being lured kind of by a see, I was going to say something else, but then these cards came out. Adventure and prosperity. Being lured by kind of his own false gods to think, well, one way to run away from this, you, the beloved, is to be very daring and take really big risks. Adventure and freedom. In terms of like, there is some ulterior motives is what they're saying behind these problems that he's actually creating for himself, which is like what you're doing for yourself. Okay. We're going to get a little more here, I guess. Innocence in reverse, intention, hope. Very interesting. Strength in reverse in the bottom, which is this kind of a shadow, right? And it's exactly what I kind of said. The challenge will make you stronger. You will get through this to the other side. Look for the gifts in the situation. And this unicorn has purple eyes. I wasn't even going to do advice, but they're like, nope, you have to do advice. Okay. I was trying to make this short. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. So that comes back to, you need to go to the road with your mother, I believe. It's very strongly indicating mother. You use your best judgment of what it is. There's the moon. It just very much feels like she pointed you in a direction that needs to be undone. So take that as you will. Like, there should be a trigger around it in your life somewhere where you're going, oh, somebody else in your life is like controlling you through this trigger. And it's pretty big. Intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. Hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. And that's crazy, because when I was seeing him, when I was talking about whatever I was talking about, him in the darkness of the void, I was going to say that there were little kind of streams of light coming down, so he could see that there's something else besides this dark void. And they really are drawing my attention to the eyes here. Oh my gosh. Okay, white Tara fell on the floor. So I'm going to try to get through this. Look at that. Divine passion. Inner wisdom. Wow, love it. That's the Four of Wands. Lakshmi. Beautiful. And then Guinevere again. That was what was on the bottom of the deck when I picked it up from yesterday. So we have divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Stop worrying. Everything will be fine. Your household situation's improving either through a move or a healthy change. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. Okay, so we have morganite, selenite, and citrine with the shadow on the bottom. So let me put that there for him. Chrysotile animals, and yeah, a lot of green here, a lot of heart chakra, a lot of heart chakra stuff. So you can call these crystals in. Morganites for relationship healing, selenites for spiritual awakening. I go through periods where I use selenite. It's kind of a, I would say, a lower vibrational, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just not as potent for me as, it's good to kind of keep by the door of your home. And then citrine for abundance and black obsidian for the shadow. Wow, very, very powerful. I normally deal these differently, but we're going to deal them like this. He could be kind of going after a lot of money. I kind of see that. Or like if it's a person he's going after, they represent something very valuable. It could be a job. It could be a romantic partner. It could be something that he thinks is going to prove like he's worthy in the world. That's very highlighted here. And that is the unraveling you kind of need to do there. They're saying it's very important for you to unravel like the worthiness wound that came from your maternal side. The word is red and black and gold dragon. Protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. So two cards of like safety, but I think you're going to move through this very, very quickly, and it's going to unleash, like, I mean, look at these two cards. They're insanely powerful. Brings healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune's coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. do a lot of internal work right now that isn't about like, I'm going after this goal. It's more about like, this is how I want to feel. This is who I want to be. This is what I'm going to let inspire me. You know, I'm not going to let things control me because I'm afraid someone's judging me as X. And that X is what is coming. It's, you know, I think it's the Chiron wound, right? He's holding the key here. Water dragon helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. And whoever or whatever is coming into his life is again to activate his, you know, third eye and crown. We saw so many blues and purples, and it's again here. Silver dragon illuminates, and again, this is a moon lunar card. Illuminates your potential with higher light, access untapped resources, look into your soul and see higher possibilities. And if you are triggered, if there's a new karmic around him, or the same karmic, whatever, that may be very triggering for you at this time, and that's all like intention. It's like, I get the feeling for some reason that there's a mother wound here that's like, you were never measured up, you were never good enough, you never really got the love that you need, and that his karmic or his karmic situation is going to reactivate that for you. God, this is a really amazing reading. That you will, so you can like take this worthiness wound off the pedestal. Like, you've got this idealization of a woman or a feminine energy or like something like that. It's very, it has to do with the mother side or the feminine energy, or how you are perceived like as your own feminine energy. Like, I feel like the pendulum is just swinging back so far from where we were. Like, I feel like we did our masculine whatever. This is my favorite card in this deck. I love when it comes out. Okay, so we have beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. This is a very important card. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. You've got to look at what he's doing, how it's triggering you. Are you projecting onto whatever the karmic energy is there? What are you projecting onto that? Because it's going to tell you about the wound that you have, that you're dealing with right now. Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. Wait, don't rush into it, allow nature to take its course. I feel like for some of us that may be a little too late, but look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. And there is something coming through here where, as crazy as it sounds, he's trying to like substitute something for you, and you're kind of looking at it like that thing is better than me, or he's choosing that over me, but that's not at all what is going on from what I see. And this is going to wake him up. This realization is going to wake up his inner wisdom somehow. Like, there is this goddess of love here working with him very strongly, and there's Pele working with you, and you can make that whatever you want. There's counterparts of those in every religion, honestly, but you know, you're going to have to determine how passionate you want to be about yourself and your own life. And this is, you're going to elevate through your passion, is what they're telling me. The way that you become passionate about yourself, this is really beautiful and making me want to cry, and I haven't felt like crying in a while. It's like the way that you feel passion about yourself, your life, your dreams, goals, interests, and they're saying don't emphasize goals so much, but the way that you bring your energy into the world and your passionate about it, that it's like, it's right and it's good and it's you authentically, right? Oh God, I wanted to make this short, but it's like they're saying your inner child is you authentically. You have all of this beautiful passion to bring to the world. And in some capacity, the mother wound, the non-acceptance of it, the kind of, it's like, I get this feeling for some of you, not all, your mother energy, the feminine energies in your life that shaped and guided you and molded you. And this could even be like you watching movies and being like, oh, this is like the ideal woman, right? Or reading books or looking at people in your school, whatever. It's like, this is how I become the ideal woman, because I'm not it, because I'm not getting the praise and all of the things, the attention and nurturing and the things I truly desire to be recognized. It's like, I need to become this version. And God, I'm forgetting where I started. They really want you to look at how passionate can you be about your authenticity, and not in a weird way, and not in a way where you have to like alienate other people or be off-putting, but in a way that it's like, I am really grateful that I am me and I bring so much to this world, and it's natural for me to be who I am. And I trust that the universe is lining up for me all good things, right? It's very Abraham Hicksy at the end, but it's like this frequency is like beyond magnetic to your masculine, which is not why you should do it, but they just want me to tell you that that is how you enter this portal of very, very stable energy. It's not like you're becoming this version of you so he will like you, and then when he runs away again, you're so disappointed and everything falls apart. We are moving beyond that into this energy of stability where it's like, if he comes, if he goes, it's all good. It's all fine. And that stability in you creates this freedom in him to not run. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. Sending lots of love to you. Bye.